Hi friends, it's Angela, your online success coach, wealth mindset diva. I'm actually the wealth mindset super mom today. Headed out with the boys, doing a little bit of shopping, and I'm going to get in before it gets too late to have school tomorrow. So I'm actually making this video to talk about school, specifically moving from inspiration to results. What does it take? And you know, I read a lot, and I'm sure that, you know, everyone between Facebook or whatever social media they're on, you know, you see a lot of different posts, inspirational posts, motivational posts. Like even when you're having those days, and you like read the post, you're like, oh, I feel so good. But, you know, I notice more and more, you know, people talk about wanting to reach a specific goal, or people talk about having a passion, or people talk about getting more business in their door, and then that's kind of where it stops. So, and then, you know, that next step is always like, okay, I need something to inspire me, to make me want to do what I need to do. So how do you get from that point of needing inspiration, to results? Well, I'm going to tell you a personal experience. You've heard in some previous videos, you know, I was in a pretty abusive relationship with a person for almost 11 years. And during that time, what kept me occupied was going to school, mostly part-time, but I went to school and got my master's degree. 10 years going to school. I was in the relationship for 11 years. So I guess you can say going to school was kind of sort of my escape from that relationship. But while I was in college, I had so many people that would people in my family, friends, you know, that would say, oh my gosh, you know, how do you do it? How do you go to school? How do you, you know, even get started? And I got to the point where I was becoming kind of like a counselor. So I would tell people like all of the steps, you know, figure out what you want to major in, you know, go to the, there's an information site about jobs and figure out what the job growth is, what the percentage of the job growth is, you know, apply for the FAFSA, all of these different things. And I would find myself spending probably an hour with people. And then at the end of the day, you know, 2-3 weeks later, or sometimes 6 months later, they still hadn't even applied for school or anything. And so then when people would start asking me, oh my gosh, what's the secret? How do you do it? I mean, you know, you have a bachelor's degree, you have children, you're a single mom. Like, how do you do all this stuff? You rock all this stuff. And I'm like, how do I do it? Well, it's not about how I do it. It's what is it going to take for you to do what you know you need to do. The very first step is usually the hardest step, and it's usually the step that most people don't take. They don't take the first step. So what I started telling people essentially was not how to get started, was how to take the first step. And I'm going to say that I'm going to say that same thing to you today. If you're in a business and you're looking to get started online, rather you're in a network marketing business right now, you've never had a business and you're just looking to get started online, what the way to do it is to take the first step. It's not always about 100 steps that you have to take. Let me know all 100 steps I have to take, because literally most people don't take the first step, which is why 6 months later they'll be watching this video again and I'll say to them, take the first step. That's the first step, is the step of action that's going to get you results. So how do you move from inspiration to results? You have to take the first step. Now, if you are serious about your future, you're serious about where you're headed, and see yourself within the next 3 to 6 months walking across the stage with a big check that no one will even recognize you next to the check, what I want you to do is click on the link below this video, enter your email address. That's the first step. And like I said, without that step, there are no results. I'll see you all on the other side. Bye.